Okay, so I've just gotten an email from Google about this AI mod thing that I don't even know when I signed up for it, but um, basically, search labs, blah blah blah. Anyway, so here's the thing. Let's see what it does. A new search experiment where you can get AirPod responses, ask for a question, and explore more on the web. Okay, that just sounds like you're defining an AI to me. That just sounds like you are defining a normal AI to me. What's up with AI mod that's different? Oh, wait, no. Oh, shit. Oh, what is this AI mod? It was supposed, yeah, I remember when I signed up for it. It's supposed to be, um, yeah, it's basically Google search. Yes, yes. It's Google search, but with AI. Picture Perplexity. Oh, so yeah, this is wow. Okay, okay, okay. So let's Google something. Let me Google myself. To be on the safe side here. Okay, it plans a bit. Oh wow. Bring some MIT things, of course, podcast, blah blah blah. Okay, let's try. How do I have to go? R. What this I'm eating? Cashew nuts in yogurt. A good idea because that's what I'm currently having. Okay. Gives you website. Wait, even tracks history. So this is what I searched before. What is this? Your history is right here. So it's basically Google search, but AI as well. So it's your normal Google search. Actually, let's do that. Let me go to google.com. Um yeah, it's Google search. If I Google why are okay, eggs expensive. Surprising. That's this first suggestion for why are speaks something about the economy, doesn't it? Um why eggs really? This is why people boycotting Target, why are flags that have why flags that why are you gay? Yeah, Uganda. We made it to the search results. Why are flags that have mass anyway? Why eggs expensive? So I'll have the normal search our Google result page, but then I have this also AI mode, and then it will go into AI mode. So basically, they're trying to add it on top of the normal Google search. Um, Copilot it no longer does that, but Bing had this, and it's what I use for my default. So if I search nuts in yogurt, that sounds bad. But if I Google this, Bing had this whereby if I Google something and it gives me results under like one, two. If I remove this, will it stop? Yeah, it should stop again. This. It just stays, it just gives you the results. But those days, it no longer does this. I don't know. But I have this theory that AI started out so well, like the early 2023 of AI, things were actually good. This image creator here for Bing was incredible. It was running on Gemini. Microsoft's Bing Copilot thing was incredible. And then the AIs got better, but the products that those AIs that the first one that got shittier. Like I've just watched Microsoft Bing and Copilot just go down the shitters. ever since 2023. It was really good at the beginning. It was insane. So, case in point, you used to just Google something like this, and if you don't want search results, you just go to Copilot, and it just like goes into AI mode. And but now what it does, it opens this other new page of its own, and like, what the fuck is this? Like, it just goes into some other shit, and those days you just click that, and it will do what this is doing right now. Like when I click AI mode, it just takes my question and just gives me an AI answer. That's what this Copilot used to do. That if I click Copilot, it just takes my question and just gives me an AI answer. It will give me what would happen if I ask Copilot instead. These days, it just opens this nonsense, doesn't even pick the question from there, doesn't even just, it's funny. Microsoft was ahead of this race, but all their products just kept getting, it's strange to me anyway. They are user facing product. Chill the things that they are putting in like Word and all these things. But again, if you're like browser Copilot and your search engine Copilot sucks, I can't even imagine it's any good in like all the other products. So anyway, that's a rant on the side. But this is what AI mode is. It's basically Google search, but when you search, you'll have this other tab on the side that tells you, oh, you know, you can ask AI instead, because search is dying. I read a Wall Street Journal article about, and even you yourself, when was the last time you actually searched for something? Search is dying. That's the fact, which is a very strange thing to say, because who would ever thought that, and it's dying in like 3 years, like something that's been part and parcel of like it's a thing that made Google, it's a thing that made it for like 20 years, built this thing, and it just dies in 3 years, just like that. That's the tech industry. It's insane. You could be this mogul who took 1,000 years to build your empire, and it just collapses in seconds if you don't iterate, if you don't evolve, if you don't innovate, if you don't, you disappear. You can disappear that fast, that quick. So search is dying. Search is dead. Not even dying, it's dead. So the next thing is to make these AIs good and to integrate search into your AI. And that's what Google knows it's coming, and that's what it's trying to do with this AI mode thing. Just get people onto AI. How they'll monetize this, they'll figure it out. But it's true. And me, I personally am glad this is dying. I even have, I think, a video or an article about this. I was tired of Google search. I could no longer trust anything. I have ad blockers in my, but I can no longer trust. I could no longer trust anything Google shows me, because you're very sure the first whole page, someone paid to be there. It's not the legit thing. It's what the most money guy paid. So I'm not getting the right answers. I'm just getting the rich answers, which is like, so yeah, that to me. So AI is helping with that, but I know eventually, inevitably, it will also just go down the shitters, and marketing and ads and all these things will come in and spoil it, and maybe something new will come up. Who knows? But for now, this is AI mode preview. I got this email today, about 2 hours ago, and figured I'd try it out, and this is what it is. It's basically Google search, but AI. What Copilot was supposed to be. Copilot was way ahead of this. They were doing this in 2020, early 2023, late 2022. They were already doing this. And then they just, I don't know. Microsoft's a very strange company. I don't understand them. Anyway, but yeah, they had this way before even Perplexity was a thing. But basically, this is Perplexity, which speaks a lot for Perplexity's business. Isn't Google invested in Perplexity? Yes, actually asks it. Is Google invest? I can't spell for shit. Thanks, AI. I no longer need to know how to spell Perplexity. Oh, it's not. What are they invested in though? Yeah, but this is coming for their business, because this is essentially what Perplexity does, a search engine but with AI. And now Google is like, yeah, we want that money. Well, sorry, I'm eating. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten since morning and it's like 4 p.m. That is Google's AI mode. I don't know how many people have access to this or know it so far, or even it's been rolled out by default, but there you have it. Bye.